you know, we are not now realizing that we are not going to Brazil. We did go to Germany in 2006. And if we had to qualify for 2010, you will tell me whether we would have gone to the World Cup if it was anywhere else other than in South Africa. We were number 85 at that stage. Only the best 32 goes to the World Cup. And therefore, it suggests to us that there was a bigger challenge, and that is what we are grappling with. Better coaches, better talent identification structure and system, more active junior teams at under 17, under 20, and under 23 level. And that's where we are doing most of the work. But, strange, people of this country also get angry if the team plays against what they regard as small teams. No, we must play big teams. So you have to work on the long-term plan, but also find a short route to success in the shorter term. And that's why we played against Spain, we played against Brazil. We will make the announcement of the team that will play next year in 2015, because 2014 is qualification for Morocco. So the big team next year may be one of the World Cup, I think, a potential World Cup champions in Brazil. And also carries probably one of the best players in the world at the moment. So those announcements we'll make. So that program will continue. We must give the current crop of players that we have also the opportunity to play against the best teams in the world. While at the same time, we get better coaches, better qualified coaches. We will turn the sod in the Durban, bring the academies on stream. We have the under-17 interprovincials that we will introduce, the under-19 interprovincials, which is at the end of April, and then under-19, under-17 interprovincials will give us the basis to select under-17 national team, under-20 national team, so we know where the players come from. And those who went on the talent identification in KZN, I wish I could show you the picture where one of the players came from, which they say, this is a player's house. It is a corrugated iron that's here, at the back, and two pieces as a roof. They slip under that thing, and that's his house. One of the most talented players in the under-17. And so when you listen to these stories, you realize that we must strengthen this process of talent identification. Go to the players, don't sit in Joburg and Cape Town and wait for them to come to you. Because the person that lives under that, he does not have bus fare, he does not have booze, he cannot go anywhere. Go to them, find them, bring them. And I'll ask them, they must perhaps come and sit and tell you the reality of South African football and the talent and where you find them. And they were just, I probably spent 1.5 hours just listening to them, comparing Ronaldo, comparing Messi and comparing these youngsters. They said the one under 15 boy, I can tell you now, if I take him now and take him to Barcelona, he will be in the starting lineup of the under 15 team of Barcelona. That's the talent pool. They are saying to us that in Nigeria, you'll have to look for quality players. The ratio is probably 1 player out of a pool of 200. In South Africa, it is 1 out of 74. So where is the problem? The problem is very clear, that football, unlike rugby and cricket, just ignored medical, scientific, research-based preparation of the players and the team. And so what have we done? We've had a meeting with the University of Johannesburg. I said to them, I went to to the University of Havana, because they think football is so important. They have a department of football. They have a professor of football. It's not a department of sport. It's a department of football. It's not a professor of sport. It's a professor of football. And so we're beginning to engage them to say, are you prepared to focus specifically on football? Because you have Stellenbosch University, you have Tufts University, with all of these universities who focus on giving all the support in preparation of the international players. Football has ignored that reality. And so our preparation must include the reality that some of our university has probably the best resources possible. If you go to the Institute of Sport in Canberra, in Australia, where they prepare the athletes, when you go there, they ask, why are you coming to us? Go to Cape Town and speak to Tim Rhodes. He's one of the best in the world there in your country. Don't come to us. And yet, those things were not unlocked for football. So those are the challenges that we have to address. And so I know we must ask you to be patient because we are starting this process. But in the meantime also, your question, what can we do to make Bafana win on Wednesday while you are doing all these other things? I think they've shown against Spain that they can lift themselves. And as the Premier said, this game has 5 very important objectives. 1, the handover of the BRICS chairpersons from our president to the president of Brazil. 2, there's also a BRICS Business Council. And the BRICS Business Council chair was Patrice Motsepe. So Patrice Motsepe was one of the key players in driving some of the countries to the biggest economy in the world, and he chaired the BRICS Business Council. So he will hand over. Then there's a 20-year democracy celebration. The fact that through those 20 years, when did you host the Rugby World Cup for the first time in your history? It's after 1994. When did you host the Cricket World Cup for the first time in this country? It's after 1994. When you host the Football World Cup for the first time on the African continent after 100 years, it's after 1994. And so I can go on and on and on and on. And therefore, this 20-year democracy is littered with sporting event and sporting success. And where did Nelson Mandela say farewell to the people of the country? It's in the football stadium, in FNB. Where did Mandela come and greet the people after he was released? It's in the stadium. Where did we say farewell to Chris Hani? It's in the stadium. So sport and sporting arenas had a significant impact on this 20-year democracy. And that's why, on the third reason, is just to show also a tribute to Nelson Mandela. The fourth reason is that actually it's our first match in our new jersey with our new partner called Nike. And for Nike also, it is their opportunity to show the world the Brazilian jersey for the World Cup. They're unveiling it in our country. Both jerseys that they will be using in the World Cup. Now, why would Nike and Brazil come to South Africa to unveil their jerseys that they're going to be playing in the World Cup? And lastly, is the handover of, from the government's point of view, the government's 2010 host to 2014 host Brazil. So I gave you 6 reasons as to why this match is special and why we celebrate this match.